All right. Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, we're good. All right, what's going on, everybody? You now tuned into another episode of Pay the Fee with your boy Marquise Phoenix. Oh, and I got my boy in here. We go back a little bit. We go back a couple years. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's an artist. He's a father. He's a young entrepreneur.
Yes,
He's
sir.
a knowledgeable individual. You know what I'm saying? And I'm more than happy to have him on the pod today. My man Kev, what's going on, bro?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Good. Chilling, man. Peace and power to you.
That's right back at you. All right, I'm gonna take these off, and we don't gotta be formal or nothing. We can just shoot the shit.
All right, bet. We good.
We just on it. Fucking biggest news in today's land, them Epstein files. That's the only thing I know where to get started, and that's the only
Man, that's a rabbit hole. I don't think a lot of people ready for it, man. But
fucking.
some crazy shit, some crazy times, man. Definitely some crazy times.
Actually, here we'll get into that a little bit later. Tell me what's going on with you, bro. How's life been?
Life has been good, man. Life has been getting better day by day. Just dealing with life, being a father. Day-to-day things, stuff like that. But all glory to God, man. I'm here. I'm breathing. You know what I'm saying? Family's healthy. Son's healthy. He's getting bigger every day.
How old is he? How's your kid?
He's 9 years old. He just turned 9. So,
that's right.
That's
right.
Fatherhood is a blessing, man.
Hell yeah. It's tough.
It's tough, but it's a blessing,
It's tough.
Yeah.
I can't wait till my kid's like old enough to be like walking and talking, and I can actually like teach him shit. Cause right now, I'm big on telling my girl like she's more important in the parenthood shit right now.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Mine's only one. He's 18 months, so she's the biggest thing. Like he don't need a dad. Well, he needs a dad all the time, but my position, our fatherhood, isn't really as mandatory up until he can, start deciphering right from wrong and shit. You know what I mean?
Like right now, he just needs that nurture and that care right now. You know what I'm saying? Once he gets a little older, it's gonna be like, leading him in the right direction. That tough love. Getting him ready for the world. You know what I mean? So,
what would be some advice for young fathers out there? Just give me some advice.
Man, I would say honestly, man,
you got 8 more years of experience in fatherhood than I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Honestly, to be real with you, take it day by day. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to rush things. Have patience.
Fact.
Enjoy every moment. You know what I'm saying? Be as protective as possible, but in the same token, don't try to be overprotective.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want, being that, he's a boy, you want him to kind of learn on his own. Right. But you still want to be like that cushion for him. You know what I'm saying? So if he falls a couple times, he knows, okay, he's got somebody to fall back on. You know what I mean?
Go ahead. My bad.
No, I was just going to say with my son right now, it's been a blessing. But it's also been a learning curve for me, because, he's starting to experience a lot more at school. He's open to a little bit more, exposed to a little bit more at school and, just friends and stuff like that coming from different cultures and stuff, So, you got the internet now, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's what scares me.
Yeah, and he's a type of kid that he's really smart, man. He be on the YouTube, learning about animals and you know what I'm saying, and just prehistoric creatures and stuff like that, aliens and all that. The dude's a flat earther, man. Right. Already at 9 years old, man.
Based.
It trips me out because it's you know what I'm saying. When I was younger, I was so worried about just going outside and, you know what I'm saying, playing football in the middle of the street or riding my bike, and he's like, hey, Dad, is the moon real? And he's like, do we live in a firmament? And I'm like, how do you even know about this stuff, man? Where's this coming from? So just him being exposed to all that information at such a young age, it's that's where you got to come in and kind of be protective, because you don't want, you
never know what he's going to get
exactly.
into.
You don't know what he's going to be exposed to.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So
the biggest, I guess two of the biggest fears that I have with my son growing up, because there's all the misinformation, right? There's
exactly.
flat out just wrong information. That's not true, right? there's the I don't want to call it esoteric, but there's that hidden knowledge that if you dive into it and like too young you can really like desensitize your mind to some shit, right? With conspiracy theories or just like human nature, dark psychology, shit like that.
Yeah.
Depending on what rabbit hole he decides to go down. And then you got the propaganda aspect of it, especially nowadays where it's like, cause I see it all the time. We talk about well, I see in the world the whole feminism, women hate men ideologies, and you know what I'm saying? Like even from work to outside to I'm so grateful for my girl cause she's not like that, but you see it all the time.
Yeah,
exactly. Just that whole I hate men, I you know what I'm saying? Like type shit. And then there's I guess it could be a good thing, but the influencer / role model type.
Yeah.
Like
you got a lot of people out there that are influencers, but they ain't proper role models.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
and you could see the richest, strongest fucking, Dan Bilzerian, Andrew Tate fucking type dude. And if my son sees somebody like that on the internet and I'm not rich, but, I'm strong, I'm in shape, but I'm not rich. I don't have a million fucking cars. I don't have this. You know what I'm saying? If he sees somebody else who has what I don't, he's like, fuck you, Dad. I'm not listening to you. Like,
it alters your perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a huge fear I have with him growing up. Cause you can't what's the word? You can't deter him from the internet. You can't deter him from social media.
I mean, it's everywhere, bro.
It's part of our DNA now as
pretty much
species. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, so he's gonna learn that shit regardless. And the last thing I want is it could go any way. Like that, nah, fuck you, Dad, I'm not listening to you. Or he comes home and he's like, I want to be a girl. Or I'm just something crazy.
I no disrespect to the community, but right now I think we live in a day and age where it's like, it's a little too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like when we were growing up, it was more like, it was a reason why a lot of things were in the closet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was a reason why. You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays it's like, like I said, no disrespect to the community or nothing like that. But, even people in the community agree with what I have to say. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little too much for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember seeing something on the internet where they had these kids at this drag parade. Yeah. And and it was like people out there are half naked.
Yeah, like old dudes. I think I know what you're talking about.
I'm just like,
old niggas you got swinging and shit, kids running around. I'm like, nah, bro.
I'm like, you got kids out there, man. Nah. At some point, it's like, where's the moral compass?
Nah, there is.
You know what I'm saying?
There is none.
And it's like, they're trying to push this agenda so heavily on the younger generation, with their minds being so vulnerable. Yeah. You know what I mean? That it's like it's I'm gonna say what it is. It's sickening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's funny too because I was this might be a little TMI, but when I was younger, there was a period, right, to where I was on benders, like fuck meth, acid, coke, drugs.
Yeah,
I was doing heavy drugs, right? And when you're in that state, when I was in that state, I was emotional as shit. You know what I'm saying? My libido's down. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't feel right as a man. You know what I'm saying? And I remember one time I'm super fucked up and I'm thinking yo, I might be a girl. I'm like, I keep crying all the time. Bitches annoy me. You fucking I'm like, yo, am I gay? Am I a girl? What's going on with me? But then I think about it. I was heavily on drugs.
See, and
I was mentally ill beyond repair.
Yeah, you see, and that's the thing that I think is hard for a lot of people in society to cope with nowadays is that a lot of this stuff that's being pushed is all a mental illness.
1,000,000%.
You know what I'm saying?
1,000,000%.
For them, the people, with this mental illness, they think they're perfectly normal. They think that it's perfectly normal for them to be expressing themselves the way they express themselves. But they fail to realize that there's a reason why a lot of that stuff, like I said, was in the closet. There was a reason why a lot of that stuff was banned on national TV or in the music, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason why. And I think we've kind of like deterred away from that to the point where, like, it's like, well, if you don't accept me for who I am, or you don't express how I express myself, if you don't accept how I express myself, then you're the problem. Right. And it's like, it's just a twist. It's just a twisted mindset to have. You know what I'm saying?
Which is I don't even want to say it's a theory, because it's not a theory. I remember seeing videos on the internet, right? So there's I break it down to, like, when I'm talking to normal conversation like this. So you have people who believe in Jesus, who go to church, and then you have your fucking Bible thumpers and school shooters who are, you know, in the name of the Lord, right? You have your Muslims, and then you got Al-Qaeda and, you know what I'm saying, ISIS and shit. You know what I'm saying? You have fucking, you have there's an extreme to, there's an extreme to everything. So when you have that fucking ideology and the tolerance, right? First it starts off, it's like a slope. First it starts off with fucking let gay people get married. And then now we're down to, like, you know, first, like, let gay people get married. And then it's, you know, all transgenders. And then it's fucking
kids at drag shows.
Yeah. And then you take that
drag story time. Like,
to extrapolate that even further, there's what they call minor attractive persons.
Man, when
well, that's what they say.
Look,
right?
It's a gateway. It's a gateway. It starts off as a gateway to, you know, it's like marijuana. You know, you smoke marijuana, it's a gateway drug. You know, you get high for so many times, then it gets to the point where it's like you can't get high anymore. Right. You know, you need something stronger. You need
something else. Right.
And that's kind of what this is. You know, and people don't. A lot of, you know, I'm just gonna be straightforward. A lot of people don't realize that, you know, a lot of this stuff that, you know, they feel and believe to be, you know, who normal. They are normal. A lot of that stuff is you're being groomed.
1,000,000%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is being implemented into your mind for a reason, you know? And I feel like, you know, we can even get into a spiritual aspect. Like, a lot of it is to deteriorate you away from who you really are. Because once you know who you are and you find self, you know, the game changes completely. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're awakened to a whole lot. Right. You start seeing things from a bird's eye view. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with this whole agenda with, you know, and you know, we could talk about it. You know, the elites and the government, bro, they know who to pick and choose to, you know, run their agendas and to push their agendas, you know? And I feel like right now they're strongly pushing this agenda with, you know, the community. Yeah. You know, and I feel like it's ultimately because, you know, if you can keep them confused, you know what I'm saying, and you can keep them distracted from who they really are, you know, then they remain powerless. Right. Because once you figure out who you are and you know yourself, you know what I mean, and you start really feeding yourself, you know, the way you're supposed to. I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about spiritually, you know what I'm saying, with wisdom and stuff like that. You know, you begin to really see through that veil. You know what I mean? You get to see, like, a lot of this shit is facade. It's a smoke and mirror, you know? It's a smoke screen.
You picked a good word, too, with confused, because there's a lot of times that people, like, or let me rephrase that. You picked a good word with confused, because even if it wasn't confusion and it was just straight up denial, anarchy, we don't agree, you know what I'm saying? There's still a definitive, like, there's still, what's the word I'm looking for? There's still something to support. There's still something to, like, give you a sense of
identity.
Yes, like a sense of balance, a sense of identity, to where it's like, no, that's not us. That's not me. I don't align with that, right? Mm-hmm. But the confusion is where you're constantly questioning. You don't know what's real, what's not, what's right, what's wrong, and that is detrimental to a person, let alone a society. Yeah, exactly. Because I'll have moments personally. I'll speak from personal experience to where I'll get like that, like, to where, whether it be with work, with my girl, with even my fucking workout routine, like I'm confused. I don't know I don't know which route I should take, and that alone will leave you in that hamster wheel to where you can easily be manipulated.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you don't pick something, then that's where you're just spinning with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
chasing your own tail.
Exactly. Yeah, like, and that's kind of like what I was talking about with, a lot of people don't really know who they are. They're just trying to cling to something to, represent as their identity, and it's like, we could talk about, there's people out there that that have been straight for, heterosexual for, for almost all their life. And then out of nowhere, I think I like, I think I like this gender a little bit more. Now. And it's like, well, what sparked that? You know what I mean? Like you obviously had to have been around something, or you obviously had to have been, around a particular group of people that made you feel that way, or it's all influence,
right?
You know what I mean? Right. Everything is all influence, and I feel like a lot of people are being heavily influenced to do things that they know they normally wouldn't do.
That deep down in there,
you know what I mean?
It's like, this is just wrong, and
because I mean we all grow up, and I mean I grew up in a household where it was our principles were very biblical. Right. You know what I mean? It was very God-based. Right. And most I want to say like African American communities or even Hispanic communities, we grow up in a very religious based background. Right. You know what I mean? And so we're kind of already taught that certain things aren't cool, certain things are not acceptable. You know what I mean? Right. And I feel like once we get older and we start hanging out with certain crowds of people, or we start getting around, certain environments, that starts to influence our mind, and it starts to influence the way we think and how we perceive things. You know what I'm saying? Right. And which goes back to me saying a lot of people are groomed into believing the things that they believe in. You know what I mean? A lot of it. And the crazy thing is, like, I was talking about this with the homie the other day, is like, there's people out there that are willing to fight tooth and nail for something that is a lie, that there's no substance behind it. There's nothing holding up that lie.
Not only is it a lie, but it's meant to harm them.
Exactly. It was literally created for you to self-destruct.
Yeah. 1,000,000%.
And
I'm in the process of figuring that out in my life now, and trying to undo all that shit.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get a little personal. Growing up in a very religious-based background, especially Christianity, right? We were always taught, that certain things weren't okay. You had to live a certain way, you had to act a certain way, you had to carry yourself a certain way. And I feel like, in some cases, that kind of leaves room for curiosity. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if you're told that this is the way it has to be and there's no other way, you start to think, when you see other people doing stuff that they're doing, you start to think like, well, how come they can do it but I can't? Right. You know what I mean? And
it's like a little kid when they tell you not to do something, and you're like, why?
Exactly. Why? And then you get into this stage of life where, like, you're trying to find your identity. Right. You know what I mean? And you don't know what your identity is, and you're just trying to figure it out. One day you like hip hop music. The next week, you're into punk rock. The next week you're into, jazz. The next week you're into heavy metal. You know what I mean? And it's like, you're just constantly in this hamster wheel of trying to find out who you are. And with all these influences and just different things going on, it could, like you said, it could be very detrimental to you.
Especially
you know what I mean?
Now, like with that, that's a good point that you bring that up. I feel that with that not specifically social media, but with the way the world is now, the world tries to, you have to know your identity off the bat. You have to know exactly who you are right away in order for you to succeed in life, and in order for you to be a normal person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to know, like, whether it be, I can say so many examples, but like the more, because I'm 30 now, and I don't even know exactly who I am all the time, 100. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know I'm a man. I know I'm a heterosexual man. Let me get that out of the way.
Let's make that real clear.
Like, I know that part, right? But like, there'll be times, especially with career. Like for me, it's my career. Like, is music the way what I'm doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like personal training. I try to get my personal training certification. Or do I want to start my own business and hospitality? Or like my like working in restaurants and shit. Like maybe owning a restaurant. I've worked in restaurants since I was able to work. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's what I should be doing because I've been doing it for so long. Like I have no sense of concrete identity, but there's a bright side to that because I've done so many things. I've never had to, like, I've never been pigeonholed in one thing. I know how to do a lot of shit, right?
Yeah.
And I see with what you were saying, people being swayed into doing certain things. They don't really know what they want to do, but they feel the need to have it. They need to know right now.
Yeah.
Right.
It's that instant gratification.
Yeah. I don't want to say gratification, but more so of that, like that sense of identity you were talking about. Like, and I'm starting to, like, I'm literally realizing this now in real time. Like, it's okay to not have it all figured out.
Yeah, of course.
Right away, right? Like, because my big, like, podcasting, this right here, this is new to me. This is fairly new, but this is I watch podcasts. This is something that I've wanted to do since I could watch podcasts. I'm not saying I'm gonna be the next Joe Rogan, but I mean, fucking shit, shoot for the stars. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Last thing I want to do is be 50, 60, and I go into work one day like, hello, boss. We got to let you go, Marquise. And you know what I'm saying? Fucking my paycheck is cut. So...
No, we know what that feels like.
Right.
We know what that feels like.
But with that, right, there's that end of it, but then there's the end of, okay, I can't quit my job right now. I don't have nothing to stand on, right? Mm-hmm. But then you see all these, the influencers, and I made $50,000 last month,
which is bullshit.
I'm 19. Like
bullshit.
Chill.
But I think what that really is I don't think it's so much of trying to like find what your identity is. I think it's more so that we're just multiversed in a lot of things, right? And I think honestly, us having that type of mindset and just being able to be so good at everything, pretty much like anything we pick up, we kill that shit. You know what I mean? Right. I think that's just goes to show that that we're not meant to be in a box,
right?
Right. But like you said, you don't want to be 50 years old working for somebody and then end up finding out like, hey, we got to let you go. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then again, it's like, well, look at what I'm able to do. If I'm able to do all these things, podcasts, music, graphic design, you know what I mean? Shoot music videos or photography or, make beats, or if I can do all these things, there's got to be a way I can profit off of this.
Right, 1,000,000%.
You know what I'm saying?
1,000,000%.
I mean, if you look at a lot of these celebrities, or not even celebrities, if you look at, these people in media or just, in the industry, a lot of these people, they wear different hats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, look at Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He started off as a rapper. Now every fucking commercial you see, this guy's in every commercial. Right. You know what I'm saying? This guy's he's on a fucking game show. Yeah. This guy's in movies. It's like, but they're eating off of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I saw a little meme. It was like Snoop Dogg done completed life. Now he's just doing side quests.
For real.
He's doing hell of side quests.
Yeah, like, and I had posted something on my IG a couple of days ago where it was like, it was basically a video showing that, like, you have all these talents and these gifts and all these, all these things inside of you. It's like, we weren't made to be in a box, brother. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Facts. We weren't made to work for somebody. You know what I mean?
For the white man for the rest of our lives.
Hey, I'll be real with you, man. Like, I remember telling you this before when we used to work where we used to work at. Like, I remember telling you, hey, man, us black folks, man, or us, melanated people, we not meant to be working for the white man, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we were sent here to, for a reason. You know what I mean? We have a purpose, and our purpose isn't to slave away for a check every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like if we have all these talents, all these gifts, that's obviously, a way to profit and make a living. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just a matter of just, tapping into that and locking in and really making it happen. You know what I mean?
I'm in the process right now.
You know what I mean? I'm in the process too. I took a little hiatus away from music, but a lot of people wonder like, well, what's going on with that?
Yeah, I was actually just about to bring that up.
Yeah, like what's going on with that? What you doing with that?
Yeah.
Well, I got a lot of shit in the vault. I work on music constantly. You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly, in the studio making music. You know what I'm saying? Writing music. I've been writing for other people. People have been hitting me up. Hey man, we need to get in the studio and do this. We need to shoot a video for that. So I'm doing a lot of things behind the scenes. I try to move in silence. And keep a lot of people guessing. So when I do pop out with certain things, they're like, hey, when did you do that? Or how'd you do that? How are you able to do that? I kind of like that suspense of having people kind of wondering what's my next move. But yeah, man, I've been locked in, writing music. You know what I'm saying?
How many songs you got?
Yeah, you want me to be real with you, bro?
Yeah,
you probably not gonna believe me, but I got about over like 300 songs.
Okay.
Yeah, I got like 300 songs, bro.
I could see that.
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm definitely locked in on my craft.
Are you gonna release them at any point?
Yeah. We got some shit coming this year, bro.
We got do the Russ method, but one song a day.
Man. I'm trying to tell you, bro. We can make it happen.
That'd go crazy.
Yeah,
that would go crazy.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
different song every day would go.
I did something like that where I was dropping a song every week.
Yeah,
I did that like a couple of years ago. And it worked out pretty well, but then I kind of just got a little exhausted with just, having to keep up with the, I got to release something every week. I got to drop something every week. And at the time, my catalog wasn't really that big, know? So that's why now I've been kind of like just been behind the scenes, working on a lot of stuff. Like I don't want to say too much, but I got a video dropping real soon.
Oh, heard that.
I got a music video dropping real soon. I'm just gonna, blow a lot of shit out the water and just, randomly drop it, and just kind of see how people react to it.
Heard that.
But yeah, I just been, in the cut perfecting my craft. You know what I'm saying? I'm more confident in how I sound now.
Right.
I'm more confident in what I'm saying in my music. Before I was just kind of all over the place and just trying to do whatever was hot, whatever was trending.
Right.
Now I got a message behind everything I'm doing. You know, and so that's basically what I'm trying to do now. Is just share a lot of game and a lot of wisdom in my music. Instead of just just trying to be trendy and popping.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I had that era. It was cool, but now it's more like this is my purpose. Right. You know what I mean? I got this gift for a reason, and I'm gonna put it to good use. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's right.
And a lot of that took a lot of just, it took a lot of self-reflecting, in order to be in that space where I can, really have a message behind what I'm saying, so y'all can definitely count on something dropping this year. I'm not gonna say when, but it will be this year, and it'll probably be a little bit before summertime. So
and your stage name NINEDUECE, right?
NINEDUECE, yes sir. A lot of people wonder what NINEDUECE means. 9 being that I'm a ninth ether being. If you don't know what that is, I suggest you go Google it and look it up, ChatGPT it. You know what I'm saying? Educate yourself real quick. And Deuce was just a little catchy, so I thought I'd throw it at the end. And because I am a junior, my father has the same name as me. I carry the same name as him, so it was just kind of a way of just being a little catchy.
A little tribute to the lineage.
Yeah, exactly. A little tribute to the legend.
I was
legacy.
I was on my computer, and I was just like going through like all my projects and shit on Ableton. And I remembered that we did that song. I was like, yo, I kind of like, I kind of snapped a little bit.
You know what's crazy?
I was like, hold up.
I was going through some music because I was like trying to really like clamp down on like what I want to release and like the concepts of the type of videos I want to drop to these songs. And I had came across that song we did, and then I was listening to it and I was like, bruh, I got the perfect idea for a video for this song. And then I remember listening to your part, and your whole entire verse, I had already came up with like what you should do and all that shit, bro. Okay. I was like, okay. But we definitely got to put our sons in that video, bro.
Okay.
We definitely got to get.
I think we both mentioned the kids in that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, we gotta get them a little shine. You know what I'm saying? They gotta get in there.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah,
I'm down. I just remember hearing that. I was like, yo, this is tough,
bro. That song right there, bro. That idea came to me in like 10 minutes when I wrote.
Those are the best ones.
When I wrote that song, I was literally in the car just going through beats. The beat came on and I was like, yo, this shit slap. And I was like, you know what? I was like, all right, I was fucking with it a little bit. And then it kind of like got a little catchy. I was like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna run with this.
Right.
But then when I got done with it, I was like, bro, I need somebody else on this song. I was like, I need like a hard ass verse. And I was like, bro, let me ship that shit to my boy Phoenix real quick. I was like, let me see, bro. Cause I know you be doing your particular music, but I was like, I know this nigga got bars.
Oh yeah. No, I know
this nigga got bars, bro.
I still got it. I'm just in the rock and metal screamo shit is more I don't want to say true to me because I grew up on rap.
Yeah.
That's just I've always felt it more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
but with that though, like the reason why I like that about you is because it's your own lane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I run into different cats all the time that, you know, they do music and stuff, but a lot of their shit is like the same shit. You know what I mean? Or they sound just like people on the radio, or, you know, they sound like everybody else. Like what drew me to your sound was the fact that you were like comfortable in your own skin with it. You know what I mean? Like you were like, this is me and I'm gonna stand on it, you know? And I fuck with that because I'm the same way. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, back in the day when I was, before I came out here, I remember I was like 17, 18, but I would go to open mics and shit all the time. Mind you, I'm from Baltimore. Like, scramble, coke, and smack. Yeah, dummy on the avenue, you know what I'm saying? I'd go to open mics deep in the city. And that was 90% of the shit you would hear.
Yeah.
I get up on stage and it would be I'm rapping fast and then I'm screaming in the same song. You'd see the crowd like,
what the fuck?
Like, get this nigga off the stage.
Yeah.
But I'd do my shit. And because like you said, I stood on it.
Yeah.
I end up getting love at the end of it.
Yeah.
But whole time I'm like, oh nah, they would shoot me if they could. Like they would shoot my ass out of here if they could.
Yeah.
Even when I did a show with I opened for Jay Stone.
Okay.
At it was Nipsey Hussle's C-Day anniversary. It was a year after he died, and Jay Stone was his like right-hand man.
Yeah.
And
shout out to Jay Stone, brother.
Yeah.
Free that man.
Wait, he's locked up?
Yeah, bro.
Oh shit. See, I'm so.
But it's cool though. He coming home soon.
That's right. But I mean, he don't know. He have no idea who I am. But I opened up that show, right? Now, mind you, I'm not from here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I should be the last person that should have been on that stage, right?
Yeah.
But I go up, do my thing. It's rap, mainly rap, but had some screamo shit in there. The crowd is full of Crips. I'm like low key, high key nervous like, on stage.
If I fuck up, they gonna shoot my ass.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get off the stage, fucking. I just remember it was like some 6'4" fucking Crip nigga, bro, fucking blew out. You know, like fucking blew top to bottom. You know what I mean? Fucking rags, everything. He's like, you did your shit, little nigga, and then dap me up. I'm like, oh word, like
yeah. And you know it's crazy. A lot of people, you know, and this goes out to anybody that, you know, is trying to find their way in music or trying to find themselves in music. A lot of people gonna fuck with you more if you stand on who you really are. Yeah. If you trying to be like the next nigga, or you trying to be like the next artist or sound like the next artist, I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of these people are not gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
A lot of these people are not gonna fuck with you, bro. You know why? Because you sound just like the next man. You know what I'm saying?
You see the T-Pain where it's like, do something else.
For real, man.
We already got the baby doing it. We got Lil Baby.
Man, I'm telling you. And see, that's another reason why too. I had,
Hold on, you can see me in here, right? Am I tripping?
I can see.
Okay, cool.
That's another reason why I kind of took a little hiatus, was because, I wanted to be different. You know what I mean? I wanted to really find my sound and really, focus on, what my message would be, how I want the world to perceive me and my music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So with doing that, it kind of took me having to take a couple steps back, you know what I'm saying, and really just kind of like self-reflect and do some soul searching, you know what I mean? And educate myself a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, before I used to talk about, anywhere between fucking bitches, getting money, you know what I'm saying, shooting niggas, to now it's like I'm showing you how to like get on your shit. I'm showing you how to start a business. I'm showing you how to, build a trust and put your kids in that trust. You feel me? I'm showing you who your straw man is. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into that a little later though. But I'm showing you, you know what I'm saying? I'm showing you how to, secure your family, and how to, how to put your family first. You know what I'm saying? So the message is a little different. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna still be the same beats that that be slapping, but it's just a different message. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we need.
Yeah, exactly.
That's honestly why I got so I got tired of rap music. Like
I did too. There was a period. Like, I'm gonna be real with you, and I'm not just saying this. I don't want to sound cliche, but I honestly stopped listening to every rapper but Nipsey.
Heard that.
And the reason why is not because I'm a huge Nipsey fan or because he has a very strong influence on my life, but it's because I can resonate with a lot of things he's talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can resonate with, growing up in the streets. I can resonate with, being, you're back against the wall and you trying to figure out how you're going to make your next dollar. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or you made all this money and you ain't got it no more. How you going to, you know what I'm saying? How you going to re-up? How you going to do this again? Right. You know what I mean? I've been in all that. You know what I'm saying? I've been through all that. So a lot of these other rappers, it's just like, it's the same tune, man. It's the same tune, and it's like a lot of these younger rappers too, rapping about the same shit. It's like, can y'all do something different?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And another thing is that for me, I can tell, I'm not, I can't tell everything, but I could tell when it's fake. Like,
definitely.
There's some rappers that I'll listen to that have the same, it's the same generic ass shit, but you could tell it's real. Like, they're really from that. They really did what they're rapping about.
Yeah.
That makes it more, like, that makes it enjoyable.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
say more enjoyable. That makes it enjoyable. But when you have fucking I'll just give Lil Uzi Vert rapping about pulling Glocks or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Or that type of rapper rapping about that type of shit. Like, nigga, we know you're lying. Like, stop.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why, like, even for me making rap music, right, I would try and rap about shit like that, but I never followed through with it because I know that's not me. Like, I'm not a gangster, I'm not a gangbanger, nothing like, I've been in fights, shit like that. When I was rapping and shit, it was more therapy on a beat.
Yeah, exactly.
And after a while, when you look at rappers who do that, the first thing I could think of is Logic. I'm like, I do not want to be in the Logic lane. You know what I'm saying? But that another reason why I kind of stemmed away from it. But there was so many, like, there's only a few rappers that I could really think of that I'm like, oh, they talk the gangster shit and are it. You know, that what rap music is, I don't want to say has become, but like when that peak of it where there's that introspective aspect, there's the realness of being a human and being a man, and then the gangster persona. There's only a few that have all of that, like the Nipseys, another one I'd say Daenerys Farrar, Wretch, that I'll listen to, like Larry June, kind of. I want to say Freddie Gibbs, that
Conrad Battle Bag,
right? But can
YG,
that have that everything. You know what I'm saying? And it got very limited. I feel like with other genres, you can kind of branch out a little bit more, and it's not as frowned upon. That's another thing too. The rap community don't let rappers experiment and let rappers be. I feel like
I think. I think not only is it the rap community, but I think it's the higher ups that basically the gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? I think I think it's really the gatekeepers. You know, they're pretty much, you know, saying, well, if you're not rapping about this or this is not what you're talking about, then you know we're not gonna let your voice be heard. Right. You know, and I think that's what kind of makes rap not enjoyable anymore, because back in the day, you know what I'm saying, you had Tupac, you had Biggie, you had Nas, you had Mobb Deep, you had, you know what I'm saying, you had these dudes that were like Wu-Tang, you had these people that were talking about some real shit, like some real substance, you know what I mean, opening your minds to like new shit, you know what I'm saying. And now it's kind of like all we hear about is fucking bitches. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The same calcified,
getting money, you know what I'm saying,
pineal gland shit. It's all the base level rat shit.
Like, yeah, exactly. It's what I call it. It's funny. I told the homie the other day, I was like, you know what I call this new age of rap? I call it rat race rap.
Yup. There you
because
go.
all these niggas rapping sound like they stuck in a rat race.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to hear about you being stuck in a rat race. I want to hear what you did to get the fuck out of the rat race. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there ain't too many people talking about that shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because believe it or not, ain't too many people have done it.
Right. You know? It's hard. This shit
it's hard.
Shit is hard.
But it is possible.
Very true.
It is possible.
Very true.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm working on that right now. The moment my taxes hit, I'm filing an LLC. I don't know what I'm doing, but
I'm doing something.
Right. I'm getting the fuck out. I'm getting the fuck out of working for somebody, bro.
Nah, yeah, I feel you, bro.
So serious. Like the moment that, I mean, I've done it before. That's the thing too. I've done it before. Like with I want to say merch, clothing. Like I made my own merch.
I still got that T-shirt you gave me too, by the way.
Wait, which one?
It was a black one with the Marquise Phoenix.
Oh, heard. Bet.
I still got that. Yeah. Bet. I'm gonna put it in one of those frames and hang it up on my wall like they do the jerseys.
Bet. On the rafters.
Yes, sir.
On the rafters, my nigga.
Yes, sir, bro. That's how do you say it? Nostalgic.
Yeah, nostalgic.
Yeah.
But like I was I've done it to where I outsourced it, the manufacturing of that, and then I did it to where I manufacture the shirts and shit myself. But with being an artist, I was so bent on being an artist. Now that I'm, you know, getting a little bit older, being an artist is just one wheel to the vehicle that is me, right? Mm-hmm. So for me right now, what I'm doing, I don't want to, you know, but music, the social media, long form, podcast, short form, which is the Instagrams and the TikToks, right? And then music, YouTube, the clothes, and then the social media. Find a way to figure out, balance all them, you know what I'm saying? And then if I do my thinking, my thought process, I heard LaRussell say this too. I actually study him. LaRussell's goated. You know
that dude's a goat, by the way, bro.
Goated.
Shout out LaRussell.
Whatever he's doing, I'm literally stealing everything. Not stealing what he's doing, but everything in his playbook of how he's doing. That's it, bro.
Yeah.
That's it. But like, I watch a lot of his shit, and he's like, why are you complaining? You ain't even did 100. He's like, you talking about you. I can't remember which one it was on, but he's like, bro, I've made over 100 albums, let alone 100 songs. You talking about these niggas want to be famous? You ain't even made 100 songs yet. And I'm like, I've made 100 songs, but let me restart, right? So now my 100 YouTube videos, 100 podcasts, 100 solo songs, 100 band songs, 100 covers of works, I'll post of like just me singing other people's shit, right? Mm-hmm. First, start with 100. If you can do 1, you can do 10, you can do 100, you can do 1,000, and then 10x it. The Grant Cardone method of just 10xing shit. You know what I'm saying? If you can do 1, you can do 10, you can do 100, you can do 1,000, 100,000, 1,000,000. Boom. And that's kind of my thought process now. And if I can get to 100 of those, by the time I do get to 100, life should change if I stay consistent enough. With podcasts, a little bit different. I'm not going to do 100 fucking, you know what I mean?
Shit, why not?
For this, it's a week. I'm shooting for one a week. So if I could do one a week.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, by the end of 2 years, 100 podcasts. The videos, covers are one a day.
Yeah.
Song, podcast, one a week.
Okay.
If I can do that, you know what I'm saying? Boom. But I've been so focused on trying to get the fuck out the rat race, bro.
Nah, yeah.
For real. Because this shit is for the birds. Especially, like, now, you may have seen it. I posted a video. It was, like, mentioning the Epstein files and shit. It was like, it has been proven, or what I say? It was like, oh, everybody bitching about the Super Bowl. But, like, literally the government is raping and eating children. Like, what are we doing? Why am I going to work tomorrow?
To elaborate on the Epstein files, I don't think people really understand how senile and how satanic this situation is. Like, and I think, and I was talking to a friend of mine about this. I think a lot of people are actually scared to know what has really been going on all this time.
Like, ignorance is bliss, for sure.
Like, I don't think it's the fact that people are really, like, going about their regular life and just not caring. I think a lot of people are actually scared because of the fact that it's going to tell a lot of truths to a lot of people's lies.
Right.
And a lot of people, even myself, even you included, we've been lied to our entire life.
Oh, yeah.
So
About everything.
Literally
everything.
Everything.
There's
a reason why they put knowledge in books. And I say this all the time. And the reason being is because they know you're going to pick up your phone before you pick up a book.
Facts.
All the answers to your questions in life are in books.
Facts.
There's a reason why they said reading is power when you were younger.
Right.
And that went over everybody's head. Nobody realized what that really meant. Right. They thought it was just a catchy slogan. In reality, it's the truth.
Right.
Because they put things in books that a lot of people would never come across on their phones. Right. You think the information you're getting off of your phone is accurate?
Right.
Little do you know that you're getting a small piece of that information.
Right.
And it's wrapped in so much other propaganda and bullshit to where you're not even getting a 1/10 of the truth.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You're getting a very, very small percentage. And the percentage of truth that you're getting is just enough to keep you reeled in to the actual bullshit that's wrapped around it.
Which it's so fucked too.
Yeah.
I even catch myself doom scrolling and I hate it. Like,
I used to do the same thing, and it's crazy because I have people that hit me up and they're like, "Hey, bro, how come you don't post as much on social media? Like, what's going on? You good?" And I'm just like, for you to think because I'm not posting as much on social media that something's wrong with my life or something's wrong with me or like I'm in this weird phase in my life, just shows how out of touch with reality a lot of you are. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm mostly reading most of the time. Right. I'm reading books. If I go on social media, it's probably for like 10 minutes out of my entire day. I might post something and
discipline.
You know what I'm saying? I'll post something and I won't even go back on for the rest of the day.
Right.
Or I'll post a gang of shit and just let it sit there all day.
Right.
You know what I mean? I won't go on for the rest of the day. Sometimes even 2-3 days. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
But that's because of the fact that a lot of this information that we're being given on social media it's not true.
Right.
It's not true.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's all for entertainment purposes. It's all entertainment purposes.
Yeah. And they got you entertained.
And
they got you entertained for sure.
And you want to, it's like Kanye said, Instagram got your bitch.
Instagram got your bitch, yeah.
Instagram got your bitch. And Instagram got your dumb ass too.
Yup.
You get what I'm saying?
Yup.
Like I'm
gonna shake my head real quick because it be me too. It be me sometimes. I'm telling you.
I remember this trips me out, bro. I remember one of my old jobs. I remember I used to fuck around and be like, you know, because I used to look into all like the QAnon posts and shit like that, you know, about what's going on behind the scenes with this whole like government shit, you know. Right. And I remember there being a QAnon post talking about how there was going to be like a massive blackout, you know, it's going to be like everything's going to be shut down, the internet, phone services, banks, all this shit, right? And I remember one of my old jobs, I was fucking around and I was like, I wonder what people would do if like just randomly like the internet just shut off. And I remember one of my coworkers being next to me when I had said this, and they were like, oh my God, I would cry. I'd probably kill myself.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, like, it might have sounded like she was being funny or she was like joking around, but she was serious.
Right.
And just to think like how many people would lose their shit if they cut the internet off.
Oh, like power or internet?
Like just the internet. I'm not talking about power and being able to communicate. Just the internet alone. Now imagine they cut all this shit off.
Yeah, the power grid is a different story.
Imagine they cut all this shit off.
The internet.
A lot of people are not gonna know how to fucking.
Oh no, dude! It'd be mass riots immediately.
Immediately. You think these motherfuckers out here protesting or doing something? No, wait till they cut that motherfucking internet off. Oh God.
That's why I got them. That's all I have right now. The moment I can.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Look, man,
I'm getting strapped, bro.
Look, man, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I ain't one for violence, but I will tell you this. Y'all need to arm yourselves.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
Y'all need to arm yourselves because what is about to happen in this world, in this society, a lot of y'all are not going to be able to fathom it. A lot of y'all are not going to be able to handle the weight of what's coming. Because it's coming. I've been saying this shit for like 3-4 years. I've been saying this since COVID, since the pandemic. And things are starting to like come to light now. And people are like, damn, Kev, you were right.
In terms of the power, you believe that's going to happen, right?
Oh, it's definitely going to happen.
When?
The FBI even said it was going to happen.
When do you think? I'm not saying you know,
if I have to be completely honest with you, and this ain't no QAnon post, this ain't no conspiracy theory. The power grid is probably gonna go off after the final drip or the final release of these files come out. Because when they find out this very vital information, it's gonna cause the entire world to collapse, bro. Like they're not just gonna cut off our power grid. It's going to be all around the world because you got to understand there's a lot of global elites and a lot of people globally that are involved in this. Right. Did you hear about Chuck E. Cheese, the founder, the owner of Chuck E. Cheese being in that shit?
Yeah.
And then they just came out and said that the owner of the Dodgers was involved in that shit.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's everybody.
Bro, let me tell y'all something. Whoever y'all bank with, whether it's Wells Fargo, Chase, BMO, even Navy Federal Credit Union or whatever this shit is called, Logix, all these big banks that y'all bank with, all them motherfucking CEOs, all those people that own those banks, they're in that Epstein file.
They eat children.
They're all in that shit. So the fact that y'all are still even banking with these people, still receiving a check through direct deposit with these people, it's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary.
And that's kind of why I'm like, that's why I was like making those posts and shit. Like, what do we even do? How do you?
Man, look, man, we need to do what our ancestors did. We need to stop relying on the system and we need to build a whole new system of our own.
That would require too much brain power that the masses.
But that's the thing though. But look, let me tell you something though. There's a very, very large majority of us that already have that brain power.
Right.
If we could all just come together, collective consciousness, collectively, right?
Right.
Everybody else that ain't on that same,
they'll catch up.
Right. Because it's just our cognitive power is just too strong for it not to carry over to people who are not there yet.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like look at how powerful your mind is by yourself.
Right.
Look at all the things you were just talking about. How, man, I can do this, I can do that, da-da-da-da. So imagine if it was 100 of us in a room with that mindset, that mind power.
Right.
Bro, you know what I'm saying?
Right. But that's where they got us fucked because we're already too divided about everything.
Oh yeah. And I'm gonna be real. I've been really wanting to come out publicly and speak about this. For all you people out there that are protesting against ICE, I understand what y'all are trying to fight for and what y'all are trying to protest, but I'm telling you right now, it's dead in the water.
Oh yeah.
It's dead in the water. Y'all are wasting y'all times. And not only that, y'all think y'all fighting for a cause. Nothing's going to change.
I knew protests were capped with the Black Lives Matter shit.
Yeah.
I was out there in Baltimore protesting.
Most of these people that are out there protesting, whether you want to believe it or not, most of these people that are out there protesting are being paid to be out there. This is not a conspiracy theory. This has been proven. There's literally been Craigslist posts that have been asking people to go out and protest for money.
Yeah.
Like people are getting paid to go and protest. so they can get caught on TV on the news cycle and you think, "Oh man, they're out there fighting for a cause." And in reality, they're not fighting for anything.
Right. Right.
Because while you're out there protesting and breaking the law, because a lot of y'all aren't even protesting, a lot of y'all are out there just doing dumb shit. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it a bean. A lot of y'all out there just doing dumb shit because you got a little opportunity of freedom to do some dumb shit.
Right.
A lot of y'all out there doing dumb shit and don't even realize how that's going to backfire on your kids. Hey, you don't realize how that's going to backfire on this next generation that's growing up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like it's a waste of time because of the fact that it's all a distraction.
Yeah.
It's all a distraction about what's really going on.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me they found over $9 billion, or maybe I think it was a little bit more. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was a little bit more of fraud in Minneapolis. And the day the news broke that they found all this fraud in Minneapolis, somebody gets shot by ICE.
Right. Right.
Somebody gets shot by ICE.
Right.
And then after that, some other shit happens where these daycares got exposed. These Somalian daycares get exposed for their fraud and how they're funneling money back to their country to create terrorists to come over here and fuck us up.
Right.
Somebody else gets shot.
Right. When it's been proven that most of the money laundering and smuggling to different countries is to
fund terrorists.
Is the U.S. government anyway.
Exactly.
It's literally the U.S. government in Israel. Like, I don't have the facts and shit behind it, but at my disposal. But it's been proven every time that it's the U.S. government doing it.
Yeah.
Every time. Like
it's a cycle. And it's a cycle that a lot of people haven't woken up and realized.
I was victim of that not victim. I was susceptible to that with the Black Lives Matter because Black Lives Matter hit right when COVID hit.
I was susceptible to that shit when Trayvon Martin got killed.
Yeah.
And some of y'all probably remember when I'd be heavy on Facebook talking about fuck the police and, fuck the government and, I support Obama, I support fuck Donald Trump. I'd be clear. I'd be very honest and clear with y'all. I was fuck Trump for a long time.
Right.
Until COVID. And then I realized, okay, wait. All this shit is orchestrated.
Yeah.
All this shit is orchestrated.
Yeah.
They're doing this for a reason.
And then apparently in the Epstein files and shit, they're talking about another pandemic episode. Because the COVID was just the prelims.
It was a social experiment.
Was the warm up.
Yeah.
Now they're talking about that there's going to be another one, and that's going to be even worse and even bigger. And I don't know.
But you see the thing is,
I don't know.
You see the thing that's crazy about this is that all this information is getting released about what's in the Epstein files, and people are still worried about Trump being in them and being a pedophile.
Right.
Like you've been programmed to the point where you're so fixated on whatever's attached to Trump's name, it has to be bad.
Right.
And you don't even realize, like, bruh, Jay-Z was in there. Beyonce was in there. So your favorite celebrities are these people that you spend thousands of dollars on to go see their shows and go watch them play in these games. LeBron James is in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'll be real with you. The only athlete that I know for a fact was not in those files was Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. Heard that.
I hope y'all heard what I said. I said the only athlete that I know that was not in those files was Kobe Bryant.
Right.
So that should tell you everything you need to know about the sports industry.
Right. He's dead now, by the way. By the way.
Rest in peace, Kobe. Rest in peace, Gigi. But he's the only athlete.
Right.
And you got to understand, there's a lot of athletes out there, bro.
Right.
So that you know, it's going to be a very hard pill for a lot of people to swallow.
Right. And that it's like so deep.
But look, let me say something too. It's not just celebrities. It's not just athletes.
Right.
It's your politicians.
Yep.
It's your judges. It's your municipal police. It's your county sheriffs. It's your CPS workers, Child Protective Services.
Yeah.
It's your child support agencies. It's your FBI, your Federal Bureau of Investigation agencies. Everybody's complicit in this shit.
Right.
Why do you think Pam Bondi said that if we release this and we really go full throttle with this, it would collapse the entire system? Because it would.
I don't even know what the purpose of her leaving that deposition was. I don't even know, because everything I've seen of her didn't even make. She's not even talking about anything.
I'm gonna tell you something.
She's talking about stocks and
look.
The
let me tell you.
NASDAQ.
Let me tell y'all something. And this is gonna be another hard pill for y'all to swallow. But there's some people out there that can attest to what I'm saying, and they know that this is what I'm saying is true. A lot of these people that you see are all characters in a movie. They're all characters in a movie. All these people that were involved with the Epstein shit and COVID, they were all murdered.
Right.
They already had their military tribunals. They were either given a plea deal, whether either you fess up to who else was involved with this shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? You fess up to where the money was going. Follow the money. They tell you follow the money.
Right.
You fess up to it, and we'll let you act out a certain part so people can wake up. Or you can sit there and not say nothing, and we'll just give you your military tribunal, and we'll take you out.
Right.
So a lot of these people that you see, a lot of these actors, these singers, these rappers, these athletes, these politicians, there's a reason why Trump says central casting so much. Look up what central casting is. I encourage a lot of y'all to go Google what central casting is.
What is it? While I'm looking it up.
It's a casting agency. It's literally a movie casting agency. And they cast these actors and these actresses for big roles. Am I
Yeah.
Am I lying?
No, yeah.
The man looked it up for himself. So a lot of these people that you see, and we're going to get deep into this shit. This is going to take a little turn right now. A lot of these people that you see are dead, are clones, are actors.
Yeah.
You know Joe Biden wasn't the president for the last 4 years, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know who that was? Take a wild guess of who you think it might have been in a mask. He played in the movie The Mask.
No. Not Jim Carrey. Not Jim Carrey. You said Joe Biden is Jim Carrey. No. Actually, no. I refuse to believe that. Jim Carrey's been vocal about like this, kind of on our wave right now. He kind of is vocal about this type of shit.
Okay. So I'm not saying Jim Carrey is a bad guy. I just said he played Joe Biden. So you wouldn't think that if he's on the same frequency we're on,
right,
with trying to wake people up, you don't think that he might have been like, you know what, let me play this role so I can wake people up to how corrupt this man really was.
Not Joe Biden.
There's literally videos all over the internet.
And now I definitely
showing comparisons of how Jim Carrey acts, how he walks, how he falls, and how this character Joe Biden for the last 4 years had the same resemblance to him.
I'll look into that after this, because that'd be crazy. I don't know.
Okay, look, like I said, we're gonna get deep into this shit. You ever really paid attention to Kamala Harris's throat whenever she was having like a press conference or whenever she ever made a public appearance? You ever pay attention to her neck, her throat?
It looks old.
That's a mask.
Right. Now that I'm with you.
That's
on.
a mask.
That I'm with you on.
Mind you, a lot of these politicians, they're wearing synthetic masks.
Yeah.
They're not who you think they are.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta understand something. Disney owns all the major news corporations.
Yeah. Disney owns damn near everything in the media.
So when you think you're watching the news, or you think you're seeing a presidential briefing, or you think you're seeing these people in Congress, you don't ever stop to think that maybe it's a fucking movie.
Right. Facts. Okay.
There's information that came out in the Epstein files that Joe Biden's been dead since 2017. Right. So who the fuck has been playing Joe Biden this whole time?
It's that Jim Carrey.
Now, it's a theory that it could be Jim Carrey, right. But there's also a theory that there's an actor that looks just like Joe Biden. And get this is the kicker. He's registered under Central Casting.
Word. Bro, I'm bent on the lizard people, dog. Real. I think it's the lizards, bro. The reptilians, the draconians.
There's now y'all gonna think we crazy for saying this shit, bro, but there's a reason why they put this shit in the movies. There's a reason why the Simpsons put this shit in their shows. There's a reason why, because all this shit is true, man. It's all predictive programming.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna be able to fathom or understand this until you have that awakening, you know. If you're still living in La La Land, or you're still thinking that, you know, your favorite celebrity or your favorite, you know, singer or athlete can't do no wrong because he gives money to charity and he does all this shit and all this whatever, you know what I mean? You're fooled.
All the ones that don't conform to that, they all die. Very young.
Robin Williams, favorite actor, favorite childhood actor.
Yeah.
Loved Robin Williams.
There was a
you know who killed him?
Reptilians.
Hillary Clinton.
Who's a reptilian?
I'm
telling you, bro, the reptilian.
Paul Walker.
Dead. On my birthday. They died on my birthday.
You know who killed him? Hillary Clinton. You're laughing, but it's true. And you know why? Because Paul Walker was going to expose the child trafficking in Haiti and how it was linked back to the Clintons.
Same thing with Chester Bennington, Chris Cornell, Avicii, and there was one more. But you know Linkin Park? You've heard Linkin Park? Sir. The singer of he hung himself. And Avicii, DJ, Chris Cornell, another singer of I think Soundgarden, whoever the band is. But they were in the process of making a documentary about like the child sex trafficking rings and shit, and then they all Hillary Clinton got him. But no, they all killed themselves too, right? I even saw fucking something the other day. Again, I don't know how valid this is, but I believe it, that Kurt Cobain, his death was a homicide.
Yeah.
Not a suicide. And it's just crazy, bro. When you really actually like...
When's the last time you seen Ashton Kutcher? When's the last time you seen anything involving Ashton Kutcher?
Acorn.
You know what happened to him?
Mm-mm.
Do you remember what happened when he went up to Congress? Why he visited Congress?
No, yeah, that too. No, but I don't remember why. I just remember seeing him like at a court podium.
He was one of the first people to talk about what happened on Epstein Island.
Really?
Back in I think it was right before Trump became president. So it was still while Obama was president.
Was he there?
I don't want to say whether he was there or not, but he had tons of information that he brought to Congress.
Right.
And that's why when Trump became president, Trump had Epstein arrested.
Right. And then he killed himself.
By the way, there's been some new information that Epstein's not dead. He's actually in Tel Aviv.
I saw that too.
He's in Tel Aviv. He's alive.
It's just...
So what does that tell you? if the man that we know to be the biggest human trafficker in the entire world is still alive and faked his death, what does that tell you? That tells you everything you fucking see is a lie.
Everything.
This was the biggest CIA blackmailing operation that has ever happened.
And it's crazy too, because like I don't want to say I'm invested, because I'm like, I want to be more invested in this situation and to bring this to light. And I don't want to say wake people up, because that you can't wake them up if they don't want to be woken up.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, this is more serious than I think anybody realizes. And you saying earlier, like, people are scared to like really talk about it and dive into this information. But it's like, bro, this is the end of the world, essentially the end of the world as it is.
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Apocalypse means awakening.
And
all will be revealed.
This needs to like be on this needs to be like the first topic of conversation for everyone every day from now on until something is done about it. Like, 1,000,000%.
You know, I 1,000% agree with you, but I'll tell you this. Like I said, a lot of people are scared as to what's really going to unravel with these Epstein files.
Yeah.
They're scared. So it's easy for them to just be like, oh, Trump was on the island. He was sucking Bill Clinton's dick. Right. Bro, when I go on social media, all I hear about is Trump being on them files. Now, I'm not sitting here being an advocate for Trump.
Right.
Because there are some things that I disagree with him doing with his presidency. I won't get into that because a lot of y'all probably kind of see what's going on.
The moment you hear that, they're going to be fucking Trump supporter.
I'll tell you something, man. I was very adamant about Trump in the beginning, but with this whole Israel first stance that he's taking right now, I'm not a big fan right now. But I will say this, and I'll make it very clear. Trump has done more for the American people and for Black Americans, whether you want to accept it or not, than any other president alive. So if it was a situation where he did everything he could to put us in a better position financially and as far as our safety, he's done his job. But as far as everything, and with the economy, and just, it's like this. He gave us the keys. Now it's up to you what you're gonna do with them. Right. So whatever, he did his part. Like, you can go look up these bills and these legislations and all these things that he signed into place. He did his part to set us up for greatness. So everything you see him doing now is all an act. Right. It's all an act, because you have to understand these people are controlled by a higher power. Right.
So he did what he could.
He did what he could to save us.
Right.
From whatever's about to happen. But it's on you to wake the fuck up and, like I said, grab those keys, put them in the ignition,
right,
and make this shit run.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna wipe your nose for you.
Right.
You know? He's held off this demonic, satanic entity for so long, to the point where it honestly, it's got to him.
Right.
You know? And there's even suspicion that that's not even the real Trump.
Who's playing Trump?
That's the real question. Because
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton. Nah, Hillary Clinton's dead, by the way. She was murdered in Gitmo. So was Bill Clinton. But I'll tell you this. Whenever Trump wears a different tie, you'll know if it's him or not. So when
I'll look into that.
When he wears a red tie, that's not him.
I heard that.
So whenever you see Trump wearing, and this is game for all of y'all out there, whenever you see Trump wearing a red tie in any appearance, that is not the real Trump.
It's not him. Heard that.
If he wears any other color tie, whether it's yellow, purple, blue, or the blue with the red stripes mixed in, that's him.
Heard that. Bro, I'm telling reptilians, bro. It's the reptilians.
And Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, it's like 13 evil lizards and Hillary Clinton.
13 bloodlines.
Sitting in a dark ass room, just trying to figure out how to kill us all without killing us all.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. There's so much knowledge and so much shit that has been hidden from us. Believe it or not, we are all God beings. We are all. I'll go ahead and say this. I know this is probably gonna flip a lot of people out. We are extraterrestrial beings.
Oh yeah,
we are. If you want to talk about aliens, we're the aliens.
Oh yeah, and the Anunnaki and the yeah. Oh,
we're the aliens.
Oh yeah.
And it's been a fight since the beginning between us and the reptilians and the draconians.
Yeah.
You know? And you know, a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, you guys are taking a weird turn now. You guys are just being weird now. You know, I'd really encourage y'all to really educate yourselves.
The truth is stranger than fiction.
Stranger than fiction.
Bro, what's so crazy?
I really encourage y'all to really educate yourselves.
I went on a rabbit hole of this one day, and there's they call the leader of the Draconians the Pindar. It's like like the name for the king or whatever. And so the name Marquise, my name, is a title. Like king, lord, duke, prince. Marquise is a title like that, right? And I fucking looked it up, and it's like, bro, it's like a marquise of somewhere in a distant country is like fucking old nigga in a reptilian like he's a reptilian in an old nigga mask, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy. And like, it's so crazy to think about, but like me personally, I 1,000,000% believe that if that is the case. Well, not if that is, but you see the videos of like, it'll be like, or it's like Chris Brown one time, he's at like the dunk contest, right? And he goes to dunk and his hand like fucking elongates and his fingers get mad long and shit. Like all these masks and disguises and the real deep dark secrets, it leads to the reptilians at some point.
Yeah.
And like when you have how you were saying, like that we have whatever beings that we stem from, of the extraterrestrial beings that we stem from, and the draconians, the lizards, right? The aliens and the lizards. And I think there was one more. I can't remember where I heard this from, but I want to say there was 3 of them. But back when the dinosaurs ruled the earth, right? And dinosaurs roamed the earth, the draconians just ruled the world. The lizards just rule the world. If dinosaurs are real, and that was the case,
I'll be real with you. Dinosaurs aren't real. They were dragons.
Right.
You ever notice that whenever you look at a Chinese, what is it called? The Chinese,
like the scrolls and the scriptures and shit.
Yeah, where it shows like all the animals like for each year.
Oh, the zodiac.
The zodiac.
Yeah.
There's not a dinosaur.
Right.
It's a dragon.
It's a dragon. Yeah. What year were you born?
92. We're going to have to do a part 2, bro. Because there's so much information that we could really get into.
Hold on. I'm big into Chinese.
I got like 15 minutes left.
Nah, you good. Here, we'll call it quits now. But it was just shy of the 80 minutes on my SD card. But yeah, man, we'll definitely do a part 2.
We got to do a part 2. Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you something, man. It's so much information that we can deep dive into. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're going to give your viewers a wide awakening to a lot of stuff. And I'm going to bring some books and some literature too, so so y'all can see that what we saying is true. You know, we're not just making shit up, or we just trying to create content, you know, so it can go viral.
Hold up. Where we at? Oh, hold up. Oh, we got a little bit left. Real quick, plug the viewers and the listeners in. Where can we find out about you? Where can we hear your shit? Where can we be tuning in to hear from Nine Deuce?
Y'all can find me on Instagram, official Nine Deuce, NINEDEUCE, official. On TikTok, you can find me on Instagram, NINEDUECE as well. It's going to be 3 E's after the end and 3 E's after the C. You can figure it out. Yeah. But you can find me on TikTok, Instagram. I'm always dropping knowledge on my stories. I'm always dropping knowledge on my TikTok as well. You can also find my music on Spotify under NINEDUECE. You can find my music on Apple Music under NINEDUECE. I got plenty of stuff coming out this year. I got some surprise drops. I got some special appearances as well. And I'm looking forward to having a part 2 with my boy Marquise, man.
Oh yeah,
we got
bro.
so much knowledge.
We got so much knowledge
to share with y'all, man.
Bro. This was fun, dude.
Yeah.
This was fun. But we will see you again. We're headed out. We done paid the fee today, baby. Let's go.